So I know I said it, I just wanted to make sure I posted for you guys to see what the plan is that I'm working on here. I apologize, I couldn't find the actual file, so I'm working off of a copy. But you can see starting on the 4th of September, which was the other week, Guidey took care of this, mulched down to 3, did the pull behind Thatcher with no weights like I talked about in the video, like I will talk about in the video because I'm posting this before everything starts off. Get everything out into the woods, blow it off with a walk behind, and then I did another discharge mow with my gaiters on, but I didn't do it at 3, I did it at 2 3/4, just to clear off the rest of the stuff and get a nice low cut on everything. This is where I am now. I'm a couple days behind that. So if you're seeing this now, it's the 10th when I'm posting. This morning on the 10th, so I'm 3 days behind. I got the Dithiopyr applied. I'm looking to do the aerate as well right now, and I'm probably going to throw a RGS down now as well with the aerate. Carbonex probably isn't going to go in because it is a rainy day outside, so I'm only going to get to the aerate, and I'll have to do the Carbonex at some point in the next, during this week when it dries up a little bit before I water it back in. Then we move into a couple weeks from now, so basically this all is just going to shift down a little bit, right? So the 7th to the 21st, so everything is now going to be kind of like a +3 to 5 days depending, all the way down. And I'll keep posting this and talking about it at the beginning of each video as I go through. But right now we've completed the green stuff up here. We've now done some of this work today. We're 3 days behind, and we're working this afternoon to get the aerate down and the RGS Carbonex gets pushed. Anyways, I hope you enjoy the video, like it, and there is plenty more to come. Thanks. Good morning. Although, according to the camera, it might still be evening outside, so I have the lights on right now. It's about 6 a.m. and it's barely fizzing. There is rain coming in, so I'm gonna work on getting the Dithiopyr down as my pre-emergent for the POA annual and whatever else. Never done a pre-emergent in the fall, so this will be my first time. One thing to note, again, I'm doing the Dithiopyr because the prodiamine, I did a split app this spring. I maxed the application rate, so I had to switch it over. They do say, you know, prodiamine or Dithiopyr for the fall. Dithiopyr is really more geared towards fall. Supposed to be better for it in terms of pre-emergent. We already went through and did a little bit of a thatch job. I didn't go crazy, no aeration. So what I actually ended up doing was I've been mowing it lower and lower. I went down to about 3 inches, and then I went from there to do a quick thatch job. I put no weights on the back of the thatcher. Just went across a couple passes this way and then this way, and then took the walk behind blower, blew it all down out into the street, put it on a tarp, dragged it into the woods, did it for the rest of the house too. Then I went over and I mowed it, but I mowed it at 2 and 2.75 is what I dropped the deck to. I did a quick mow that way to kind of just clear whatever it didn't get off with the blower and to mow it down a little lower. So it's scratched up, it's ready to go. So we're gonna go ahead and get Dithiopyr down. I'm gonna throw down my aerate, and that's it. Dithiopyr, aerate, I think the RGS, and maybe if there's time, Carbonex. That might happen throughout the course of the day, so it might get a little bit brighter out as we kind of go through this process here. But those are the couple of things I wanted to get down today based on the plan I have put together. And I'll post a screenshot of that plan when I put this video up. However, it is early, everybody's still asleep, and I'm nuts, but I have to get started, and I want to get this down. It's nice and quiet out now, and so we will go ahead and start mixing. So as you can see, Husqvarna 4-gallon pump sprayer, nothing fancy there. I do have my new nozzles, and I'm going to do a quick showcase here. I'll do it right on the pavement so you can see the difference in spray patterns. But what I got here is the 2 different nozzles. So one of them came with the sprayer, so it's just this plastic tip guy right here. Nothing special about it. The other one is the T-Jet, and that is the T-Jet 1004 nozzle. So here you go. So this was the plastic guy. Let me get this focused in. There we go, nothing to it. All plastic, works fine, does what it needs to. And then you got this guy right here, which is your T-Jet 11004 VS. You can see it's all stainless. The insert is supposed to be a much better, more consistent spray pattern out of this. So we're gonna hook up both of those just to kind of see what they do. Just on the pavement here real quick when I put some water in. Product being used, Dithiopyr. Water soluble. So when you look at this, it's actually got 5 of these packets, and literally it just looks like flour, right? It looks kind of like an oat colored flour is all it is. And when you flip open the guide here, there's a couple tables to look at. This one is for crabgrass. You can see here programs for crabgrass control, which we're not doing crabgrass, we're doing others. So the other application rate that we look at here states that per acre is 20 ounces, okay? And that 1 5-ounce pack, which is what this is a 5-ounce package, okay? Will cover 10,890 square feet. So I'm doing 15,000. I'm just gonna round that. I'm a little over 15,000, so I'm just gonna round that up to 20 because I'll hit all the edges on this time going around here. So I'm doing a little bit of a different strategy than I do usually for fertilizer spread for granulars. So basically for 10,000 on a patch, I know I filled this guy up 3 times to get all the passes on my lawn. So I'm gonna go ahead and break out what I'm going to need to take out of one of these pouches to put in there each pass for my 3 rounds. So we'll go ahead and mix that up. So what we're doing here is we're gonna fill this about almost 3/4 of the way. We're just about there now to my 4-gallon mark. Then I'm gonna add the product in. It's already starting to rain a little bit, so I might have to wait on doing that test. Maybe I'll do a quick shot. Here's the Dithiopyr. I'm gonna pour that in as I mix this in when I'm spraying, so we'll kind of mix it all together. Give the tank a little bit of a shake, and we'll be good to go. You can see it's a little bit of rough shape because I just did the thatch work and mowed it down pretty low, so cleared out what I could. But I wanted to show you this nozzle, which I think has completely changed how this sprayer works. I'm a constant pump kind of guy, so I'm always walking and just kind of slowly pumping the handle, so I'm not sitting here, you know, doing a couple passes, pumping. It's just kind of my own method, but it's not a battery powered, so best you can do. But I wanted you to see, I pumped it up now to do this row. I wanted to see how good this spray pattern is on here. I mean, that is light years beyond what I had with the plastic tip. I mean, the plastic tip, and I'll show you, I'll go and do it after snapshot so you can see it. But after the spray pattern, is amazing. It's not clumped anywhere. It doesn't look like it's spitting out more on one side than the other. So super happy with it. Again, when I'm all set up here and I finish this, it just started raining, so it's a little wet out, but I'm in good shape to get this down. I will throw the other tip on and give you an idea. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish walking this out. I put this in at 2.5 ounces per tank because I know that at 1 tank, I go about, I think I said 3 tanks, so I'm gonna stretch this out and do 4 tank sprays because I'm gonna hit all the corners around the yard. So it'll be 20,000 square feet, which means 4 tanks for me, which means I will get half a bag per tank. And that'll get me my 20,000 square feet of coverage because it's 10,000 square feet per bag. All right, awesome. I'll see you guys on the flip side. First tank is out, I should say. It's, like I said, 4 gallons. Second one's ready to go, so I'm gonna start hitting the side here and use my handy dandy Amazon scale. It's a little messy here, but again, it's 6 a.m. I'm half awake. I haven't finished my coffee yet. Speaking of which, delicious. Kona blend is the best. That's all I'm gonna say. But simple scale. I've been using my paint cup. These are like 90 cents at Home Depot. A couple of those to work for measuring. Tear it out, and then I would just pop in the bag. I'd fill it to 2.5 ounces, and then I would fill that about halfway with water. When I hit halfway, I just start to shake the cup in. Sometimes, like I know the Pro-diamine is in like almost these like yellow granules. Pro-diamine looks like this. You can see it looks like little yellow granules there. So that I actually use like a paint mixer and a bucket with the drill. For this stuff though, because it's such a fine powder, I was kind of shaking it in while I was filling up. And so shake it right into the top with the screen cap in here, and then add the water, and then I would fill the cup up with water and pour it in just to get all the rest of the product out. And then just top it off with water at the 4-gallon mark. Done. Throw the cap on, I'll be good to go. Again, these things are awesome. They've already got, especially when you're doing liquids, if you're trying to figure out measurement of liquids from bottles like those, then again, you can have, it's already got lines and rates on it, so you don't have to sit here with clear Pyrex or anything else. It's pretty easy to use. And then these guys are gonna be next. I'm gonna try these bottles out that I got on Amazon. I think it was 20 bucks for a pack of 2. I know there's a version, I wanna say My Four Sons or someone sells it, literally the exact same bottle, and it's like 50 bucks on Amazon. These were 20. So as long as they do the same job, it's a 32-ounce bucket or a container, and I know that a 32-ounce container full should get me 5,000 square feet of coverage. So if I'm doing my liquid app and I'm not doing the full 20,000 square foot coverage, 3 bottles of that should be able to cover my lawn, and I've already got my sections mapped out, so I know exactly what I need to get through 1 bottle to hit 5,000 square feet. All right, let's get the second bottle down. It is still raining right now. It's not super heavy, as you can see. It's just a couple of drops here and there, but it's gonna probably get a little steadier. But I think I'm getting this down just at the right time. The grass isn't too soaked where it's not gonna get anything done. It's almost acting as my surfactant because I'm just spreading it and it's helping it to leach in. All right, talk to you soon. So we're gonna get a little creative here in the spray pattern. I'm gonna do a shot with the T-Jet. Nice and even, cover the whole area. Let me flip over. Swapped out for the other nozzle, same height. So you can see, this is already, T-Jet was spraying out to about here on each side. And this guy, I mean, again, it could be that this is only an 80-degree nozzle or whatever, but just the difference in the spray, and you could even see the pattern as I was coming down, there was almost striping happening where it was hitting the edges in the middle. But there was about, right on the sides of the middle where it wasn't coming out quite right. Well, I mean, you've seen the things with the other sprayer, but and you can see here, it's definitely a thinner pattern, and you can see right in the middle there where that spray is just not coming out as. So Pro-diamine, first app is down. Still steady rain coming around here, that's okay. Still got my Kona blend coffee, which is awesome. But the Dithiopyr worked great. Like I said, the game changer for me was using that backpack spray, which I've always really liked. It's been really good for me. But the change in the nozzles, you know, I don't mind walking with a backpack. I know it's got the weight. I don't mind having to do the pumping. I mean, I know I got a lot of square footage to cover. Battery will be pretty sweet. That might be an investment come this winter. But for right now, what I do, and for how much applicating I do with the backpack, it works really well for me. But using that T-Jet nozzle in there, that's this little guy over here, was absolutely a game changer for me. Gave me a wider pattern, as you saw just prior when I was doing it on the drywall. I get a wider pattern, I get a more consistent flow. So it wasn't just doing any kind of spitting, it wasn't giving me any loss, I guess you could say, across the board. So I was having, like I said, on that other one that came with a little plastic tip, It was heavy on the ends, heavy right down the middle. Then there was just anywhere else in between that, you know, it was, you had those big sections. If you weren't on the very tail end or weren't down the middle of it, it was pretty light in terms of the application. So the T-Jet, you know, makes a huge difference in terms of just making sure that, again, not only wider, but just a lot more even of a spray. But everything's done. Everything's got the app. If I come back today, hopefully if the rain lets up a little bit, even if it doesn't, I might come out and I'll throw down some of this. I'll get the air rate down and I'll get an application of RGS. It's probably a little too wet to do Carbon X, because that'll just end up sticking to the leaves. It won't actually get in and then be watered down, so I'll probably wait till it dries up a little bit. However, I might go ahead and give these things a shot and run it with some air rate and then do a shot of RGS. I know you can mix them. I'm going to do them separate. Just, it's the first time using this bottle. It's the first time spraying air rate. I just want to make sure that, you know, I get it down and I get it down at the right rates. Like I said, 5,000 per bottle, so I know that I'll fill up that bottle 3 times to do an application on this lawn. So 32 ounces 3 times over. That's it for now. Have a great morning. Hope you guys got a little bit more sleep than me. I'm gonna go get the kids ready for school, so have a good day.